Hey guys, it's Allison again. So I went to the local library this week and I picked up 10 books. I'm really excited for these books and I just wanted to show you what I checked out and what I'm excited to read. So the first book that I got is The Tempest. It's by Julie Cross. This is the first, I guess, in the series, and it's about time traveling and love, and it looks very intriguing. Mallory has already read this one and she suggested that I read it because it was good, so I am looking forward to this one for sure. Next I picked up Harlan Coben's Drop Shot, and this is the second book in a series as well. It's a mystery series and it's based around the character Myron Bolitar, who's a sports agent. So in the first book it revolves around football, and in this book it's all about tennis. I'm always on the lookout for a good tennis book, so I was really excited when I found this one, and I'm really excited to read this one as well. So these are pretty quick paced, fast novels to read, and the first one was good, so I'm excited for this one to see if it's just as good. The next book I picked up is Above. So this is a brand new book that came out in April. It's by Leah Bobet, and she's a Canadian author. This is the first book that I've heard of from her. If you can see here in the picture, you can see that it's the CN Tower. So this one must take place in Toronto. From what I understand, it's about people with deformities or genetic mutations who are living underground in a place called Safe. So it's intriguing, and I'm excited to read this one as well. One of the other things that I thought was neat about this book is that if you look, each of the chapters have a picture on the top, and it's like wings, just like the main character here on our cover. So again, really excited to read that one. Next I got Bitten. It's by Kelley Armstrong. This is the first book that we'll have read by Kelley Armstrong. I've been told to read her in the past. Many people have said that she's a very good author. So this is again in a series. It's the first in the Women of the Otherworld series, and I guess it's about werewolves. So it should be interesting. It looks a little gory. You can see the blood here on the front. This series already has 13 books in it, so I'm very behind, and obviously it must be doing well. So hopefully I'll get started on this soon and see how it goes. The next one I got is called The Isle of Blood. So this is a book by Yancey, and this again is another series. So this is the third book in the series actually. I've read the first two. The first book is The Monstrumologist, and the second one is The Curse of the Wendigo. And both of them are very good. I recommend you read them. So these are very sophisticated young adult novels. The first and the second one, they both take place in the 1800s. And it's from the point of view of a diary. So a man finds a diary that belongs to this orphan. And so the diary is in his point of view, and the boy goes to live with the monstrumologist, who hunts monsters and does all kinds of gory experiments in their basement. So it's creepy, as you can see from the picture on the cover. It's creepy. The first two were creepy, but really good, and I really enjoyed them, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. The next one I got is called The Games. This is a book that came out in March, and it's by Ted Kosmatka. So this is the first time I've heard of this author, and I saw the blurb on Goodreads, and I was really excited about it. So basically, from what I understand, this is a book that takes place in the future, and it's a time when people don't really worry about morals anymore, and I guess it's an Olympic type challenge that's occurring, and people use drugs and genetically modify their DNA to increase their chances of winning. So as a scientist, or as someone who really enjoys science, I think that this one will be very good. So I am looking forward to this one. The next one I picked up is called The Replacement, and it's by Brenna Yovanoff. this is the first time I've ever heard or seen this book, and I just really picked it up on a whim because of the cover. So if you can see, it's pretty creepy looking cover. We got an old-fashioned carriage here with a tree that's full of weapons hanging above it. And the thing that drew me to this book was the cover in the first place. But when I read the back, I thought, oh, I had to read this. So I'm going to read it to you because it's very short and it's very creepy. In this story, Emma's 4 years old. She gets out of bed and pads across the floor in her footy pajamas. When she reaches her hand between the bars, the thing in the crib moves closer. It tries to bite her, and she takes her hand out again, but doesn't back away. They spend all night looking at each other in the dark. In the morning, the thing is still crouched on the lamb and duckling mattress pad, staring at her. It isn't her brother. It's me. So I think this will be interesting. It's always good to go to the library and find something there that you never even heard of, and look forward to reading it. So this is mine for this month. I also wanted to read something about a mermaid, and so fittingly I found this book called Mermaid, and it's by Carolyn Turgeon. So this is a retelling of the classic story, The Little Mermaid, and it is going to be interesting to see how they change up the story from the classic tale that we all know, The Little Mermaid, like the Disney version. When you watch the Disney movie, you don't feel bad for the bad girl who tries to steal the prince from Ariel. I think it's kind of going to be along the lines of Wicked, which is the retelling of The Wizard of Oz, which, you get the background of the Wicked Witch, which you never really had before. So I'm intrigued about this. I'm ready to start reading it and see what it's all about. Next one I got was a children's book. It's called E.Aster Bunnymund and the Warrior Eggs of the Earth Score. So this is a book in a series as well, and it's called The Guardians. This is book 2. The first one is called Nicholas St. North and the Battle of the Nightmare King. So these are really interesting and fun books. The first one is about Santa Claus before he's Santa Claus, and this one is about the bunny, Easter Bunny, before he's Easter Bunny, obviously. It's really fun stories, changing your point of view about these characters that you're familiar with, and it makes them into these warriors, and they're trying to fight the Nightmare King. So it's really quick read. It's a fun read, and also it's by William Joyce, and he's also the illustrator. So I'll just show you a few of the cool illustrations that are here. You can see this is Nicholas St. North, and Ombrick, he's a wizard, etc. And this is a picture of E.Aster Bunnymund. So it's always nice to have some illustrations in the book, and it kind of has a little break, when you're reading. These stories are really fun, and I'm really excited to read this one. And I also heard that there's a movie coming out about the Guardians, so that should be sometime in the near future. It's an animated movie, and it has all kinds of famous people in it who are doing the voices, such as Zac Efron, Alec Baldwin, just to name a few. So look out for that. The last one I picked up is called Atlantis Rising. So this is a romance novel, which I tend to stay away from because it's a little bit too much romance and a little not enough story. So this one I thought was a little bit different because it's a paranormal romance, and it's about Atlantis. So if you've checked out my Goodreads, you'll know that I have read some books about Atlantis in the past, specifically the one by Andy McDermott, which is the first book in the Nina Wilde and Eddie Chase series, which if you haven't already read, you should go out and read it. It's really quick read, fun to read, and they're just great stories. So I was interested in Atlantis, and when I saw this, I figured I would give it a try. So this is as well a series. They're pretty much all series that I found today. It's the Warriors of Poseidon series, and it's by Alyssa Day. So this is the first of first book in the series, and it's about, I guess, Atlantean princes, and they each have some kind of artifact that they're supposed to keep separate, and then at some point they are to bring them together so that they can help rise Atlantis back up to above the water. So I'll give it a try and see what I think, and I'll let you guys know what I think as well. Well, that's it for me. I hope to get through all these books. It's going to be a busy month with a couple of my favorite authors having new books out this month, including Insurgent, and Cassandra Clare has a book coming out as well. So if you've read any of these books, drop me a line, tell me what you think of them, if they're worth reading, if I shouldn't read them, and also if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on YouTube, on the blog, on Facebook, or on Twitter. Alright guys, that's all for me today, and hope to talk to you soon. Happy reading.